あ、あ。さて、たまには声つけて一発撮りでやってみるか。一発撮りだからね、5分とかそういうの関係なしで、とりあえず、登頂までやろうかなって思うけど。
There's no feeling more intense than starting over.
最近、
If you deleted your
無
homework the
言
day
でね、
before
や
it
っ
was
てたから、
due, as
前
I
のリ
have,
ソース、
or if you
喋り
left
に
your
避け
wallet
な
at
がら
home
登るってい
and
う
you
の
have
は
to
どん
go
ぐらい
back
いけ
after
るかちょっ
spending
と
an hour in the commute.
不安でしかないけど。
If you want some money at the casino
でも、
and then put
最
all your
近の
winnings
ケ
on
ー
red, but it
ス考
came
える
up
と
black.
5分は切れるんじゃないかな。
If you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding and then immediately dropped
あれ
food
だな、
on
オ
it.
レンジの
If
と
you
こ
want
と
an
かで
argument
落ち
with
た
a
ら
friend
ちょっと考え
and
る。
then later
取り直
discovered
しよ
that they just returned to their original view. Starting over is harder than
う。
starting
この
up.
ゲームな、
If you're not
割
ready
と
for
普段
that,
もう
like
音を
if you've
聞いて
already
ないか
had a
ら、
bad day, then what you're about to
改
go
めて流
through
し
might
て
be
ると
too
音
much.
でけえって
Feel free to go away and come back. I'll be here.
BGM も
Alright,
SE も
thanks for
全
coming
部が
with
で
me
か
on
い。
this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point. Just find a safe place to
多
stop
分
and quit the
調
game.
整した方が
Don't
自分に
worry,
返ってくる
I'll
音
save
と
your
してはね、
progress
いいんだけど、
always,
まあ
even your mistakes.
配信だったら多分だいぶ
This
小
game is a
さめに
homage
して
to
や
a
る。
free game that came out in 2002
動画だから
titled
ね。
Sexy Hiking. The author of that game was Jazzuo,
もしま
a
た動画
mysterious
を
Czech
好
designer
き
who
で
was known at the
あ
time
げる
as
んだ
the
ったら、
father of B games.
まあその時
And
は
B games are rough assemblages of
調
found
整したりと
objects.
か考えようか
Designers
な。
slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products.
今の時代にこ
In
の
a
ゲーム
certain
の解
way,
説って
Sexy
重要
Hiking
あ
is
る
the
かな。
perfect embodiment of a B
あっ
game.
たらね、
It's built almost entirely out of
まあ
found and
俺より
recycled
上
parts,
手い人、
and it's one of the most unusual and
まあネット
unfriendly
じゃ
games of its
割と見
time.
つかるけど、
In it, your task is simply to
まあ俺
drag
じゃ
yourself up a
そうそう
mountain with a hammer.
そう簡単にね、見
And
つ
that
か
act
ら
of
ない程度
climbing,
の
in the
実力
digital
があっ
world
たから
or
ね。
in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor.
まあ別
No
に
amount of
特
forward
別
progress is
うまいっていう
guaranteed.
よりは
Some cliffs
ただプレ
are
イ時
too
間
sheer or too slippery,
伸びた
and
か
the
ら
player
結
is
果
constantly, unremittingly in danger
や
of
る人少
falling
ない
and
のもあっ
losing
て
everything.
ここまでやる人は。っていうのもあって
Anyway, when you
ね、
start
たまたま
sexy
ちょっと
hiking,
うま
you're
い
standing
方
next to
にな
this
った
dead
っていう
tree
だけだ
that
とは
blocks
思
the
う
way
け
to
ど、
the entire rest of the game.
まあ
It might take you an hour to get
作
over
ったり
that
したら重要あるん
tree.
じゃない
A
か
lot
な
of
レベ
people
ルには
never got
なった
past
から。
it. You prod and you poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that
1回
lack
目
of
でできてたら
compromise.
絶対登れた。
Most
もう今
obstacles in
2回目
video
で
game worlds are fake.
すぐ
You
決
can
まっ
be
てすご
completely
い複雑
confident
な
in
気
your
分だ
ability
け
to
ど、
get through them
あとこ
once you
こ
have
が
the
ね、
correct
一
method
生下手
or the
くそ。
correct equipment or just by
一
spending
気に
enough
左
time.
にポーンっ
In
て
that sense, every pixelated obstacle
登
in
って
sexy
そのまま
hiking
押
is
して飛
real.
ぶっていうのをできるようになりたいけど、調整
The
が全
obstacles in
然
sexy
覚
hiking
えら
are
れないというか
unyielding,
分かんないんだよ
and
な。
that makes the game uniquely frustrating. But I'm not sure Jazzuo intended to make a
前
frustrating
より
game.
下手だからな。
The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of
今
building
も
a
右
game
に
about
飛びたかったのに全然左行ってしない。
A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new
本当に
obstacle,
言った通り
and
やり
I'd
たい
build
で
it,
す。
test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard.
判定がね、なんか
But I couldn't bring myself to
本
make
当
it
に見た
easier.
目通りなのって
It
ぐらい
already felt like my inability to get past the new obstacle was my fault as a player rather than as a builder.
ある程度見た目通り
Imaginary
の
mountains build themselves from our efforts to
ある意
climb
味
them,
全部隠れて
and
る。
it's our
ここと比べ
repeated
たら
attempts to
よ
reach
っ
the
ぽど見た
summit
目通りで
that
分か
turns
りや
those
すいんだ
mountains
け
into
ど、
something real.
なんかどうしてもミスが多いんだよな、あそこ。
When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas. And that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with, and in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point, you can't change the world. Not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new
これ本
ideas.
当に5分切れるか。
For years now, people have been predicting that games would soon be made out of prefabricated objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world.
なんだ。
And for the most part, that hasn't happened. Because the objects in the stores are trash. I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made, although a lot of them are. I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink. Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain
そんな悪
context.
くないペース
And
では
once
あ
the
るんじゃ
moment
ない
is
かな。
gone, they
なんだか
transform
んだ
into
で。
garbage. In the context of technology, those moments pass by in
押し方下手だ
seconds.
ったな、最後。さて、記録は ?4 分39秒。まあ、そこそこだね。現在の時刻、1時8分。こんな時間に一発撮りで、まあ、これだったらいいでしょう。うん。 撮れたことで、ここまで。お疲れ様。おやすみ。おやすみじゃねえな。動画上げる時間的に。こんばんはだ。こんばんは。おやすみ。寝ます、俺は。じゃあね。